Hey guys, welcome back to Selenium with Java September 2023 batch online training session 3. In today's session, I will start with Java basic one, then slowly we will go to the advanced one. Today I will cover what is the Java introduction, comment in Java, data type, variable, operators, object and classes, Java string, array, like and different kind of loop like for, while and do while loop, and the importance of break and continue keyword in handling those loop. So Java programming language was developed by Sun Microsystem in 1995. Now it is subsidiary of Oracle corporations. So Java started long back, like in the 1995. It was handled by that time Sun Microsystem. At later point of time, Oracle just kind of captured it, right? Or maybe you could say like bought that company from the Sun Microsystem, and now it's part of the Oracle corporation. That is the reason, right? You could see um, whenever right you are downloading something, you need to go to the Oracle site and you are downloading. So now, like I think Java 1920 is also available, okay, but make sure that like Selenium will support like from September on only 1.11. It will not support that like Java 1.8 version, JDK 1.8. So any version like from 1.11 it will be supported by Selenium. So few of the important okay, so one of the important thing is that Java is object oriented programming language or OPS concept. Okay, whenever C came into the market, C was not object oriented programming supported language. Then C plus came to the market, C plus plus, and then Java, Python, C sharp, right? All this stuff. I think most of the language starting from C plus plus, Python, C hash, all including Java, they support the object oriented. Okay, so Java is simple. What does it mean by simple? Java is very easy to learn, and its syntax is also uh, very simple, clean, and easy to understand. According to Sun Microsystem, okay, so Java is one of the very most popular and simple programming language. Object oriented. What is the importance of the object oriented feature? So object means like everything in Java will be considered as an object. So Java is an object oriented programming language. Everything is in Java as an object oriented means user can organize their software as a combination of different type of object which incorporate both data and behavior. What is data? Data is the value, right? Behavior is the pattern, right? How they will behaving, all this stuff. So OPS is nothing but the object oriented programming structure. It's a methodology which simplifies software development and maintenance by providing some rules. So whenever you are talking about the object, so it will start with the object class, and there are four important key characteristics of the OPS is like inheritance, polymorphism, abstraction, and encapsulation. Then Java is portable. I will cover in those part in the Java in the upcoming video session, so you will get more and more clarity. Java is portable because it facilitates user to carry the Java bytecode to any platform. It does not require any implementation. Secure. Java is best known for the security. Using Java, user can develop like virus-free system. Platform independent. Why Java is platform independent? Suppose say today you are running some code in say Windows. Tomorrow same code you can port it, right, and you can run it in the Mac or Linux also. That is the reason it is kind of platform independent. Architecture neutral. Java compiler generates an architecture neutral object file format which makes the compiled code executable on many processors with the presence of Java runtime system. High performance. I cannot say that Java is the best performance as for the language, but still comparative to few language, Java is like performance is good. Like C, C++ wise still it is good. Okay, multi-threaded. So suppose say just giving a simple example, you are the only person, right? And say there is a you went to office and there is a say maybe five cakes available, big cake 1 kg, okay, and people told that like you take all the cakes. So is it possible to eat 5 kgs cake or 5 pieces cake 1 kg each? No, it will take maybe 2 or 3 at a time, and you do not have the capacity all this stuff. So in case only one person can work, so only one person how can work, right? One person can take the work, then it will take some time to finish it, after that it will take the other work, like that. But in case I want to work those parallelly, then how it is possible? So that I will deploy multiple resources, multiple associates. So that in case my 5 cake is there, I can I can ask like 20 members to eat the 5 cakes so that they can easily eat in 30 minutes. How? Because the multiple resources will be working parallelly, simultaneously. So that is the concept of multi-threading. A thread is like a separate program executing concurrently, right? User can write Java program that deal with many tasks at once by defining multiple thread. The main advantage of multi-threading is that it does not occupy memory for each thread. It shares a common memory area. Threads are important for multimedia, web application, etc. I will cover it in the whenever in the last Java topics. I will be covering the multi-threading part. Then you can get more and more clarity. Java is robust. Okay, so why it is robust? Because in Java there are some sort of automatic mechanism available. One is kind of garbage collection. So suppose say in case you are just I'm trying to give the real time example. In case you have taken maybe like banquet for a day or maybe for like a half day on the morning time or the evening time. So what will happen, right? All your guests will come, right? And there might maybe lunch, breakfast, dinner, snack like that, and they will eat. And after that, right, everything will be in bad shape, right? You need to clean it so that other person can't open it, right? Other use it next day. So that is the reason that garbage, whatever people are doing, right, that would be cleaned up so that other thing can be used. Otherwise, that will occupy the memory or that will occupy your places. So that is the reason. Suppose in case you are 20%, 20 thread is working, and after the work is over, you need to clean the memory. Otherwise, those resources will take the your memory CPU utilization or other stuff, and that will slow your overall CPU performance. So that is the reason. Okay, Java is already having automatic garbage collection mechanism in Java, which runs on the JVM or Java virtual machine to get rid of objects which are not being used by Java application anymore. There are exception handling also mechanism is also available, and the type checking mechanism in Java. These are the different points, right, make Java more robust comparative to other programming language. Then interpreted. So in Java there will be bytecode which will be translated on the fly to native machine instruction, and it is not stored anywhere. The development process is more rapid and analytical since the linking is an incremental and lightweight process for Java. So these are the different important feature makes Java segregated from the other programming language. That is the reason, whether it's a development or whether it's a testing, still Java is reliable for any kind of maybe testing community, development community, support community also in the IT or the information technology industry. Then I just want to just highlight the internal mechanism of Java, how it actually works, so that you can understand, otherwise, without having the knowledge, you will be writing the code and they will not able to understand. So whatever code you are writing, that is simple English format, here. But how the Java will understand? So there is a JVM or Java virtual machine is there, which is an abstract machine that is no existent actually. This is a concept. It is called virtual because it does not physically exist. It is a specification which provides a runtime environment in which Java bytecode can be executed. It can also run those programs which are written in other language and compiled to Java bytecode. At compile time, Java file is compiled by the Java compiler, which will not interact with the operating system, and convert the Java code into the bytecode. Okay, then GRE will come, which is Java runtime environment, which is set of software tool which is used for developing Java application. It is used to provide the runtime environment. It is the implementation of JVM. It physically exists. So your JVM or Java virtual machine does not exist physically, it's logical one. Whereas GRE will be physically exist, which is a combination of JVM plus the other important set of libraries and the jar file, and which will give you the Java runtime environment. Then last one, whatever you were talking about, the JDK. So what is JDK? Java Development Kit. So JDK is nothing but a combination of GRE plus other development tool like Java, Java document, Java compiler, Java loader, archiver, etc. It also physically exists. So JDK is nothing but a combination of JVA plus other set of libraries plus other files plus like interpreter, loader, archiver, compiler, or document generator, Java doc, to complete the development of a Java application. Then you are able to get the front end. So these are the details in the back end available. So now you are running the code using the, like creating the class. So you are using the JDK. So importance of Java in Selenium WebDriver. Selenium 2 written in Java, hence Java is more compatible with Selenium. However, it does not matter that you cannot use the other programming language like C has a Python, Ruby, but it's still Selenium supported other programming language too. Good support for Selenium with Java. Anyone can get more help for documentation and the code implementation from the internet, because I could still say that like 50 to 60% project using Selenium is still run in Java. Nowadays, like Python came, C has came, Ruby came, but still more than 50% project still using Selenium with Java. Most of the Selenium testers are using Java only. So knowledge sharing or clarification resolution is very easy. Java is platform independent language. You can use Java on any operating system like Mac, Windows or Linux, etc. The syntax rule for Java. So let's create a class first. So this is our project and this is our folder package training. I will create a simple new class because we are creating Java class. So here I can give the name called session 3. Okay, and whenever you are creating the class, you are selecting public static void main method, right? I will explain that one. Okay, so what is that, and what is SOISO method also for printing something in the console. Say my first hello Java program. Okay, so that is the thing you have written, and now if you want to execute it, there are a lot of options. I already showed you right clicking here, but there is an option also available, right? Run cell type, and you could see there is an options available. Session, okay, that is not there. Okay, here run as, okay, not coming. So go right click here and run as Java application. You need to save it and then run it. You could see that is the output is coming into the console, that is called console. Okay, whenever you are using kind of also you can use run, and you can use run also. So control, or here you can also run as, right? In case you are running with test in other part, you can also do it. That is the run setting is available in Java, in Eclipse. So Java is a case sensitive language. What does it mean by case sensitive? Means like uppercase, lowercase will be not unique. So uppercase C and lowercase c will be different entity. So that is case sensitive. The first letter of the class name should be uppercase. I already discussed. Method name should start with lowercase. Interface name should start with uppercase. Package name should start with lowercase. Constant name in case declaring something uppercase. Java program file name in case you are writing Notepad also you can run it with the matching with the file class. Java program execution start from the main method, which is mandatory in Java program. In case you are using a Java class, that is mandatory. But without the main method also, using testng we can run our program. That part you will learn slowly. Every statement should end with some semicolon, right? So that is the part. In case you are removing semicolon, it will show the syntax error. And everything should close with braces, right? Whatever braces you are starting, and should end with that also. So that are the different syntax rule of Java. Then how you can create the project kind of class here? So you need to open the Eclipse, then you can create a package, then you can create a class, and you can write some code to run it. So what is the main method? Sometimes public static void main also called as main method. Okay, so public is nothing but the access modifier. So there are kind of 4 type of access modifier available. How you can able to access those method? Public, accessible by everyone. Private, then I think protected, and default. Static is the non-access modifier. In case I am going to talk about the non-access modifier, there will be final, static. So this is the different kind of stuff you can slowly learn. The importance of this keyword as well down the line. Void is nothing but return type, means that particular method is not returning anything. That is the reason its return type is void. And main is the method name, main string argument, that is the complete method name. Then the SOISO method. What is SOISO method? Or system.out.println, and here your whatever thing you want to display in the console, that will be there. System is a class which is predefined in Java. Out, right? This is the instance of print stream type. which is a public and static member field of the system class. And method println is nothing but the method name, and this is the part, right? Whatever you want to write under that within double quote, that is the message you want to print it out. So that is the importance of like in every details of the main method as well as SOISO method. Then the Java comment. I think you already seen how to write a single line or multiple line comment. So single line is nothing but the slash slash, and multiple line we can start with like slash star and end with star slash. Okay, so what is comment is required? Yeah, we'll talk. Oh, hold on, just give me 2 or 5 minutes. So we'll cover that session. Then we'll after comment I will take the question. So comment can be used to explain Java code and to make it more readable. Comment are English word used for code documentation. Java supports single and multiple line comment. Comment in Java make the code readable. It also make the code disable from the execution. Okay, so suppose say in case you are having 500 line, 1000 line, 2000 line, 5000 line code, and in case you want to define something, right? So that here you can mention something that like that, double slash, right? My fast Java. That is the way you can give in some comment, so that right you can also understand what is the importance of the next 2 line, 3 line of thing, right? Sometimes you need to disable them from the execution. Then how can you do it? Okay, suppose in case you have multiple lines of code, how can you do it? Slash search is fine. Apart from that, you can select those line and you can go with source and then add block comment, right? In case you want to remove them, again you can go to the source, remove block comment. So that is the way you can do it. Otherwise you can start with slash star, and wherever you want to end it, you can go with star slash. So that is the way it will be commented, so that this line will be there in the code, but this will not be having the impact. And so if you run it, only the single line wherever uncommented, that will be only executed. So that is the way, right, you can deal with the comment. Okay, so before going to the next one, I will take a pause as of now. I think Luis is having some question. Yeah.
All right. Can you bring the slide again, please?
Yes.
Can you go one page back? Okay. So initially, so this is pretty much the pattern on how it works on creating and running a Java program using Eclipse. First, we launched the Eclipse, and we create a project. We create a package and class, and then we read our code in the class file to run, right? Um, can you explain why is it important to create a package?
Yeah, because
Uh,
in case you are not creating the package, so without packages your class cannot reside in the project. Suppose say here, right, in case you want to directly right click here, you want to click here new class. So what will happen? You could see package is already taking. Otherwise it will take the default package and it will create the package. So package is really required for that part. Okay, without package, right, in the direct project, right, in the SRC folder you cannot create the class. It will be
because
creating
it will give you error, right?
yeah, right. So folder structure might be there, but in the folder structure you have to create the package, and in the package only you will be creating the class. Okay,
Okay.
in case you are creating any new class, and you can new class directly, you can try to create a class, sorry, new project. But in case you are not giving the package name, it will try to create a new package called default. Okay, because without package, right, class cannot reside. Okay, automatically here training is there, but you can give other also name. Suppose say training one, right, and you can give this name called yes one. Okay, yeah. And if you select like that, so automatically your training one package will be created. You could see I did not create it manually. At the same time, your package and your folder will be created, and class will be created. Any more questions? Is it fine, Luis? Yeah, Ayanti, I think.
Yes, it's good for me.
Yeah, Ayanti, tell me.
Okay. Can you please go to the slide?
Yes.
So here this public is access modifier. So what is the meaning of this access modifier?
Access modifier means how you are able to access it. Public means anyone can access it within the class, within the project. Okay, there are four kind of access modifier: public, private, protected, and slowly you'll be learning it how to use them. Okay, and the default. So public means anyone can access from anywhere within that project. Okay, that is called public. And main method
What?
dependent, it should be accessible. In case you are making private, like that particular thing, right? Other function method, even other class member cannot access. So that is the way you want to restrict, right? That access, how you want to access it. Okay, something can be common, something can be restricted, something can be private. So that is the way access modifier will work.
And private, protected, and what is the
Public,
last one?
public, private, protected, and default.
And default.
Yeah. Any other questions, guys? So here, right, you will be able to understand all the thing, right? Whatever you are not able to understand in the first two sessions. Okay, so that you will be able to sync it, right? I mean, once two or three Java session is covered, then you could be able to see whatever you have written so far in the past two sessions. Then I will discuss about the Java data type. So what is data? So data means something you want to write, hold, or maybe map some value. That is called data. So data type is a classification of the type of data that a variable or object can hold in computer programming. Java supports two categories of data type: primitive and non-primitive. And in primitive itself, like there are 8 types, like integer 4 types, relational 2 type, character, and conditional. Integer you can give like byte, short, integer, long, and in the relational type you can give float, double, character, right? And conditional, sorry, float, double, character, it will be like only single character A to Z. Boolean, it will only having true or false, 2 type, like. And then non-primitive, it can be anything like object, class, string, array, all this stuff will be getting know slowly. So what is 8 bits? Right, in the byte I have written in the bracket 8 bits. Mean this is the size of byte. Means 2 to the power 8. Means 256 character. So how the value will be byte will hold? So it will be 256 mean it will start from minus 128, then 0 and plus 127. That is the way that value it can hold, 2 to the power 8 or 8 bits. Right, in case it is short, it is 16 bits. So 2 to the power 16. So minus then 0 and 2 to the power 16 minus 1, like that way. Similarly, integer will be 32 bit, long will be 64 bit. That is the way. In case you are, suppose in case you want to define some value as suppose 1000, so you have to make it short or integer, because byte will only have minus 128 to 127 value. That is the way. And in case you want to give some decimal value, so you can declare something called float or double. In case you want to give single character value, you can go with the character, and true or false you can give it in the boolean. So let's define some of the variable here, then you can understand. Okay, so say integer, that is the data type, and then you define the variable, say I, and you can give some value called 20. Right, you can give some variable called double, say d variable, and you can give something called decimal value. Right, you can give some called boolean, boolean, boolean b equal to say true. Right, you can give say character, char c, within single quote you can give like any being alphabetic value, uppercase or lowercase. So that is the way you can define 4 type of variable. And you can also here define something called say byte, say b1, okay, equal to say say 100. Okay, that is fine, and now I can print it out, this variable. Okay, say b1 first, then I variable, then d variable, then b variable, and then c variable. Now let's try to run it, and you could see the output will be coming, right? 100 for the byte, integer 20, double, whatever value, it's 2 and it's a. Here, in case you want to give anything called AA, so character will not take when you throw error, because it can only take A to Z, lowercase and uppercase. Boolean, it will only take true or false in case you are giving anything, right? It it will take immediately throw the error. Double, it can take like 264 character, 64 bits character. Okay, means minus 2 plus that one. Okay, including decimal value. But integer, in case you are giving some decimal value, right? Whether it will work? No, it will throw the error. That is immediately you need to transfer it to double. Okay, suppose say that also work. But by it will take only like minus 120 what 2 to the power 8 total maximum size. So it will take minus 128 to plus 127. In case you are giving 100 side 30, right? You could see immediately error message is coming. Why? Because it is outside the right boundary. So you need to convert it to float, otherwise you can give till maximum. You can give also minus sign also. Suppose the minus 120 also you can give it. It will work. But it should be within the boundary. That is the reason in that right one like multiple variation is available. So based on the size, how many right size you are doing it. So it will byte will be 8 bits total size. Short will be 16 bit, integer will be 32 bit, long will be 64 bit, float decimal value 32 bits, double decimal value 64 bit, character 16 bits. It will take only A to Z, uppercase, lowercase, boolean 1 bit, true or false. So non-primitive data will cover down the line. Okay. Then here, what is variable? So as of now you are defining the data type, but you are declaring some variable that is called variable. B1, I, D, everything is variable, right? So variable is a container which holds the value while the Java program is executed. A variable is assigned with the data type. Variable is a name of memory location. Okay, so where variable means that particular location will be storing that value, whatever value declaring for that data type based on the data type. Java variable are case sensitive. Uppercase, lowercase will be varying, right? Suppose in case you are defining, suppose say cap I. Now you want to like get the small I. No, it will see through our error message because I did not define small I nowhere defined because cap I and small I is not the same. Okay, case sensitive. Variable name should not match with the Java reserve word. So what is reserve word? In Java there are a lot of reserve word available like for, while, do, while, like public, private, protected, default, right, double, boolean, character, static, void, all this stuff. Main, system, this is default keyword, is Java. There are around I think 200 or 300 default keyword, 256 character, something like that. So you cannot use the default keyword as per variable declaration. Suppose in case you are declaring for like variable, no, it will throw the error. But you can define for one, which is not the default reserve keyword in Java. Okay, that part is possible. Okay, must be unique in the scope of declaration. So whenever you are defining some variable, that should be unique, right? You cannot define two variable again and again and again. No, because it will not able to understand. So variable should be unique. You can give the value name of I1, it will not be a problem. But same variable you cannot define multiple time in the same class. It will throw the error. Variable name must not precede 255 characters. So whenever you are defining some variable name, you should give that one. It should take alpha, numeric, and underscore value. Okay, and 256 character it should not exist, otherwise it will throw the error. All variable must be declared before they can be used. Suppose say here I have defined that variable I. After that I can use it anywhere. But in case, right, I used to after that it will throw the error because whenever I want to use I, before that it will try to understand whether I has been defined or not. But here I have defined I after using it, so it will throw the error. But in case you are doing before, that will not throwing the error. Okay, error solved automatically. The value stored in the variable can be changed during program execution. So say I have defined some variable called I equal to 2099. Then I can again change it to I equal to say 300. Then again I can change it to I equal to say 800. It can be done, not be possible. So it will take the latest value wherever it is there and it will now print the value is 800. Okay, so that is the way. In case you declare some variable, you can change the value during runtime, not be a problem. You could see now the latest value is coming from the latest row, because that is the latest row where I is there. Okay, so that is the way. But again, in case you are declaring the data type, so it will be tried to consider the different variable. So I already had the data type. Now here I am using I for multiple data, multiple value change. So that part can be possible, and it will take the latest default value for the variable. Then I'll cover the three different type of variables here, primarily local variable, instance variable, and then the class variable. So how I can define some variable here? So it should be declared at the class level. So here suppose I can declare some say integer say a or say x equal to 20. Okay, that is called, okay, instance variable. I will let you know why it is instance variable. And then I can define something called static y equal to say 40, right? Integers, static int. So that is called static variable. And then local variable, I can define something in the class. Okay, so how can I define a class? Public, say class name called test. Okay, then this is the bracket. I will explain later point of time again. And here I can, here I need to define the data type. Okay, so public void return type. I can define some value called integer z equal to say 50. That value defined, and I can print it out. Z. So this is called local variable. So this is the variable I have declared at the class level, not at the main method. Okay. So now I want to use in the main method. So how can I use them? So what is the significance of each and every variable? So local variable means only in the local particular method you can use it. That variable cannot be accessed anywhere outside that method. Then normal instance variable means in case you want to use that variable in that particular class or the main method, you have to create the object or instance first to use it. Otherwise you cannot use it. And static means that as and when you are declaring something variable called static, immediately an object or instance will be automatically created and shared across in the class level. That is the reason in the main method you can simply call that variable without creating the object or instance. So now let's try to see use it. So x, y, z, all these three variables, and you could see some error will come, right? Y and z. Okay, you could see the second line there is no error because this is the static variable. So what is the static variable, right? A variable that is declared as static, it cannot be local. User can create a single copy of static variable and share among all the instances of the class. So as and when you are declaring something as static, immediately your memory management or allocation will be done for that variable, and it will create an object or instance immediately, and that object or instance will be shared across the class, and that is the reason that copy can be accessible anywhere from the class without doing anything. So that problem solved for that instance static variable. Then there is an instance variable. So how can I access that particular variable? Okay, so let's comment it out, and I want to access x. Then how can I use it? So first I need to create an object or instance of that class. How can I create it? That is my class name, session 3. I need to create an object. So I can give something called object equal to new and then the class name, that bracket. That is the way you need to create an object or instance. Class name, then this is the object name, and new keyword using and the class name again. That is the way you can create the object. Now with the object reference, if you want to access dot, you can use it. Now it will be problem will be solved. So as and when you are creating the object or instance of the class, within that object reference you can use or access any kind of instance variable. That will not be a problem. Now this instance and static variable you could get to know how you can use it in the real time. But local variable only can be accessible within the local method or the local block of code. You cannot access it directly, local variable. Nowhere, even with the object or without the object, you cannot use it. How can you do it? You can simply call that method, then automatically that value will be printed out. That is the only options available. So how can I do it? I already had my object, then I can just simply call that method test. You could see, which is coming from session 3. Return type is void, means it will just simply return that out, not return any kind of direct value. Okay, now if you try to run it, so it will, you can able to see the value called 50 here, right? You could see first one is 30, which is the using the object, which is from the instance variable, and second one is static because already without the instance also you can access it for 40, and fifth one is which is nothing but the z, which is local variable, only accessible in the local methods or the block of command. But in case you want to access the method, then with that only you can access it. But otherwise, variable directly you cannot call it in the main method anyway. Okay, so that is the concept of three kind of variables. So I will take a pause. Any questions we'll discuss, then we'll proceed again.
Um,
Yes.
Hi, Saddam Lewis here.
Yeah.
Okay, so can you go back to your Eclipse, please?
Yeah, tell me.
Can you bring Eclipse back?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so you mentioned that any variable declared within the class can be accessible throughout.
Yeah,
You can
static.
call it
In
from
case you are
any
declaring something
method.
as static, automatically you can use in the main method without creating the object or instance. But in case you are not using static, right, you are defining right outside the block of code, so that is called instance. So that first you need to create the object or instance, then within that object or instance you can access them in the main method. But locally means only accessible in the local line of block of code, right? You cannot directly access this variable, but within the method you can definitely call that value. Okay, I think some other person raised the hand. Yeah, Ayanti, go ahead.
Sir, is there any global
Yeah, that is the call, right? Static is called the global variable.
static is called the global?
Global variable, right? Sometime because that is globally, right, declared, so that you can use anywhere, right? Because you are already declaring, creating static means you are creating a copy or replica immediately, and which will be shared across all the common right thing within that particular class or in the project, so that anywhere, and sorry, within the particular class, so that anywhere is a it will be global only, and it can be accessible anywhere.
Can it be called within the project as well, anytime?
Yeah, project, no, it is the class level activity.
Okay, got it.
Okay, any other question, guys? Sadananda, yeah, tell me.
Can we call from the other packages these objects, these variables?
Yes, we can do it. Okay, so that what you need to do, you need to right, sometime, right, in the class also you can add some access modifier, right? I already mentioned public, private, protected, right, and
Yes.
default. So based on the class, right, you can right, from class to class mapping, that concept will be learning slowly. That is called concept, sometimes called inheritance, right? You are establishing a relationship with like parent child, then you can access it. So that whenever I will be covering the Java ops concept, you'll be learning how, right, from a single class, right, how the multiple class can be interlinked, and from a single class, right, to other class, how can I access the other variable or the method or the block of code. Through inheritance it is also possible to access one class variable, method, anything to the other class as well. That is called parent child or the grandparent mechanism, right, relationship. That is called inheritance from the ops concept.
Got it. Thank you.
Any other question, guys? Because that is the very basic one, right? But in case you are able to learn it, and that will help you down the line, right, to get the complete visibility of the project, I mean, of the thing. Okay, you can correlate, right, how we are using all this stuff in the Selenium, right, how we are using all the code. So I told, right, after 4 to 5 sessions is over, then you can able to correlate everything in a single, under a single umbrella.
Can you explain each line of code within that class?
Yeah, that is the variable type, data type, that is the variable name, that is the value, right?
Mm-hmm.
And this is the access modifier. Again, this is the, sorry, like non-access modifier, static, final, all this stuff, and this is the access modifier, and this is the return type for the method. Method I'll cover it again, no worry. Okay, so this is the way, just I have tried to cover it based on the variable type I've declared. And this is the main method where I can create an object for instance of the class, that is the class session 3. So syntax is like class name equal, will be object name equal to new and class name. And now in the SYS method, in case I'm creating the object, so normal instance variable I can access it using the object reference. right? And static variable I can use directly in the main method, and I can with the help of object again, because it is non-static in nature, so I need to use the object and I can use the stat dot method name. Then with I can access the variable, because that is the variable and that value I want to access it through the method only. Okay, we'll go to the next topics.
Sorry,
Anyone any more doubt?
yes, one. I have one
Sir,
query.
Yeah, tell me.
Can we put public void main method anywhere, or it could be only below that class?
No. After the class only. And what is happening, right? From the public static void main method only your execution will start. Here you are not able to do any execution, right? Only after the main method you can do the execution. Got it? All execution starting from here only. You can have n number of classes. Okay, sub class in the same classes. But your execution will start from the main method. Even after here also you can create the class, not be a problem. Okay, because it's a block na, and here you can create some class after that also. So this is the block, this is called block. Okay, it should end with that one, and this is the block again, we inside the class. Got it?
Yes.
So that is the way you need to write it. This is the clock called block of code.
Got it.
and for local variable, we can use object dot method object dot test.
Yeah, this is the local variable, because local variable I cannot access directly, right? Anyway, no, it is not possible. So but here, as I have used the method, and where using that method I am trying to access it, that is the way I have tried to access the method, and through which somehow I am able to manage it. But that is the not, just I have given it for example, right? But local variable cannot be accessible, that is only accessible with the local method, but not outside that one. But here I am trying to call that method, not the local variable. But in the method I have predefined the local variable, that is the reason it's coming only.
But in the same way, we can't use static variable like local.
Yeah, static variable also you can use it same way, also not be a problem. Without using object also I can use. Okay, here it will not be throwing any error. Okay, not be a problem. I can still use it. But whenever you are declaring something called static, there is no mandatory that you have to create the object code instance. Even after creating the object code instance, you can still access the static variable, but it is not mandatory. You could see it will not throw any error, it will still give you the value. Okay, 30, 40, 50. Okay. Yeah, go on mute please guys. Okay, then operator, because in right, in every, like in case you are doing some numeric, right, you'll be doing some positive, negative, right, plus minus, all this stuff, right, equal to, right, or assignment operator, logical operator. So those are the operator also you need to use in the sometimes the real time code as well. So that are the thing I will be discussing here. Operator in Java is symbol that used to perform operation like plus, minus, subtraction, addition, all this stuff. Arithmetic, relational, assignment, and logical operator. There are 4 kind of operator. So say here, let's comment out as of now. Let's define some variable, say integer a equal to c2. Integer now I can do something like this way. So a plus b, a minus b, all this stuff, right? So it will be similar way, it will be work like all this part, right? Plus is addition, minus is kind of subtraction, right, and division, multiplication, all this stuff. But apart from these 3 other thing, important thing you can do, one is called modulus. So modulus is nothing but the remainder, so you can go with that one. And division, it will be giving you the value, and this is called remainder, in case any remainder is there. Okay, here if you divide 20 by 10, there will be remainder will be 0. That is the reason it will be giving you 0, right? Let's try to run it. And division part automatically will give you the complete numeric one, not the point something. Suppose say now in case you are changing it to 22. Okay, so what will happen? It will be remainder will be 2 now, and division will be still 2, because so after 10 into 2 equal 20, and it will be remainder will be 2, because 20 minus 22 minus 2 equal to 2. In case you are giving it 5, so remainder will be 5, and every time it will be impacted. Every time it will be impacted. A plus b, 20 plus 10 equal 35, 20 multiplied by 10 equal to 250, right? 25 divided by 10 equal to 2, and the remainder part will be coming in here. So that is the way you can do this operation. Then there is a two increment operator available in Java. Okay, one is called pre-increment, one is called post-increment. Let's try to go with the pre-increment A. Okay. Okay. Can anyone tell me what will be the output? Anyone give a try and tell me what will be the output for these three lines?
25, 26, 26.
25, 26, 26. No, not correct.
25, 25, 26.
Yeah, absolutely. Why? Why? Can anyone tell me?
First of all, the value of A is 25.
Mm-hmm.
Going for the next line is 25 and then got the increment.
Yeah, absolutely.
Next line.
Here, first printing the value, then increment, which will be there in the stem file, right? And then that part is getting it here, means here 26. So here 25 and here 25 will be printed, then it will be incremented by 1, means 26, and that will be stored in the temporary file, and next time whenever you want to access A, so that 26 value will be displayed. So that is called pre-increment. Sorry, post-increment, not pre-increment. You could see it is called post-increment. Okay. Now similar line of thing I can use for pre-increment. Here. So what will happen here? It will be 25, 26 and 26. Because here increment is happening fast, right? Then it is printed, and again that value will be stored, and again next time it will be stored. That is the concept of pre-increment and post-increment. Similarly, decrement also happen, like negative, negative. So decrement will happen by 1, right? And so it will be 25, 24 and 24. So this is called pre-increment or post-increment, or pre-decrement or the post-decrement. Okay. So that is the way it will work. Then relational operator. In case you are having two variable, you can check whether it's equal to, get up, then less than, not equal sign, all this stuff. Okay. So what you can do, you can check A equal to B, right? A get up, then less than, not equal to, all this stuff you can check, or getter equal to, like that, right? Getter equal to, or maybe the get up then, or less than, all this stuff, right? Or less equal to, or not equal to. There is a not equal to sign. Not equal to, explanation mark, then equal to. So it will give you true or false. So in case the condition is matching, it will give you true or false. So A equal to no, A get up then yes, A less than false, no, it's again not. So you could see that is the, sorry, A not equal to B, yes true. So that is the way it is coming. So it is called relational operator. Then the assignment operator is there. So in case you are giving plus plus, so it is incremented by 1, right? But in case giving A plus equal to 20, okay, then I want to print out the value of A. So what will happen? That is called assignment, means A will be incremented by 20, and then it will be adding by 25, so your output will be 45. You could say, right? And you can also give minus equal to, so it will be reduced by 20. You can give star equal to, so it will be multiplied by 20. right? Star equal to multiplier by 20 means 200 into multiplier by 20 equal to 50. In case you are giving division equal to, it will be divided by 20. You could see. That is the way. These are the operator you can also use it. Assignment operator, right? This is the assignment operator. Add, subtraction, multiply, everything you can do it. The logical means in case you are having two variable called true and false, you can check whether this is like and both are true only then it will be true, both are false anyone is true in case you are using or it will be true, and logical not means in case both are not true. So let's see here. I can declare some variable called boolean, only will be working for the boolean b1 equal to true, and b2 might be false. Now you can check, right? A b1 ampersand b2. So one false means it will be false automatically, right? And or means anything is true, it will be true. Pipeline. And here not equal to, right? That is another one, is not equal to. Now it will give you true or false. So these are the different operator which primarily you use in Java. False because only both are not true. Anyone is true, it will be true, and here it is not equal because it's true and false not equal. That is the reason it's coming as. Then the concept of object and class you already know, right? From the class you can create an object. But what is object and what is class? So an object in Java is the physical as well as the logical entity, whereas a class in Java is a logical entity only. So class does not exist logically where object exists. A class is a group of objects which have common properties. It is a template or blueprint from which objects are created. An object is an element of an application representing an instance of the class. An entity that has state and behavior is known as an object, like chair, table, ball, cycle, etc. So class will be having not physically exist, but object will logically exist. Class will be similar kind of thing. Suppose I can give some class name as animal, and object will be like cow, cat, dog, all this stuff. I can give the class name as fruits. Object will be like banana, mango, right? All this papaya like that. That is the way you can. So multiple similar class will form an similar object will form a class. So here you can define some class. Syntax is the class, right? Class name, then field, and then you have multiple things. So say I'll be declaring some class here. In that particular class you can declare some class. Sorry, not here within the class, but within the package you can declare some class, right? So again similar way, public class student here, and you can give some bracket here. Okay, X 1 second just. হ্যালো শুকুরদা, কালকে আসছেন তো? হ্যাঁ হ্যাঁ, আমি এই ট্রেনিংয়ে ছিলাম, আমরা ধরতে পারিনি। হ্যাঁ, কখন আসবেন বলুন? হ্যাঁ 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 হ্যাঁ, আসুন কালকে। হ্যাঁ হ্যাঁ, ঠিক আছে ঠিক আছে, ওকে ওকে, শিওর। Okay, so here I have defined the class structure, public class, the student name, and you need to give some bracket here. Okay, otherwise it will throw the error. Okay, no bracket is here. I can define some variables, say integer, say student, right, roll number. Okay, here is, I think, access modifier is not required. Okay, class, yeah, not required. So student roll number, that is the data type is integer, and then I can give some string data type, right? String means alphanumeric character, say name, right? And that is the way I can define two variables. And now this is the class I have defined, right? And I can create an object, for instance, in the main method. Are you able to hear me, guys, right? So I can create an instance called s1 equal to new student. And now I can just try to access those variable within that object. So s1 dot roll number, right? And here again so s1 dot name. Can anyone tell me what is the output here? Give a try. Roll number and name, this is the two variable I have defined, but I did not define any value here. So what is the value? It will be there printed out in the console. Can anyone tell me?
Garbage value.
Sorry?
Garbage value.
No. Anyone others? Give a try. Okay, let's done. Okay, you could see 0 and null is coming. Why 0 is coming for the first one? Because we have defined as an integer, right? So default value for the integer will be 0. So that is the reason, as you did not define any value, so it will be coming based on the default value from the different data type. So integer it will be 0, for float double it will be 0.0, for string it will be null. That is the reason it is coming as a 0. Now how can I define the value? So here you will created the object and you can define the value called s1.roll. Right? Suppose I can define 1. Right? s1.name. Okay, here as it is a string, so I need to give in the double quote. So say Rajesh. Okay. Now if you print it out, right, it will be automatically coming correctly because I have defined the value. So why I have defined the value here? Because in case my something got changed, right, I will not define the value at the class level. Instead of that, I will be creating the object and I will be giving the value at the object level. Okay, so that is the reason. Now if you want to create multiple objects, because that is the importance of the class and object. For the same class I can create multiple objects, so I can give some object name as s2. I can create a new object called s2. So here I can change the everything called s2 and s2.name. So here the value is 2. Say instead of Rajesh it will be Rakesh, and here also I can print it out. Okay, so wherever it will be changed, that one I can create an object, and wherever, right, the variable will be changing, so this variable I will simply defining. But let's say now I can create a one new variable, right, in that particular class called spring school name, right, school variable. So I can give any variable name called test. School name is test. So why I am defining, that is called global variable here also, right, in that class without any access modifier also I can do it. So that, because school name will be common, right, school name will be common for all the student. That is the reason I can define some value, so that no need to change any value for any student. Now you can simply access it. Whatever object you are creating, for every object your same school name will be there. Red do good is coming. Similarly for this 2 also you can give it, so it will print the same one. So in case you want to use something called same for across all the object, you can define the value as well along with the variable declaration at the class level. So that is the way, right, you can establish the relationship like of a class and object concept. Okay, so I will take a pause. Any question, guys? All good as of now from last two topics?
Yes, from mind.
Okay. Because in case you are able to learning this concept slowly, na, it will be very, very easier right down the line. Then the string, right? So as of now you already seen what is string. String is nothing but the containing the alphanumeric character value, right? So string is sequence of character written in double quote. It can have alphanumeric special character, right? Any an array of character works same as Java string. String can be also quoted new keyword. So how can I define the string? So let's comment it out, all this part. So here string, say s1 or str1, let's say Java, because goes within the double quote, right? str2, str3. In case you are not having any value of the string, you can create a blank string, as that is the way. Now in case you want to print it out, str1, right, you can simply print it out. So in the string class, this is the class in Java. Okay, so there are a lot of methods available in the string class, right? The java.lang.string class provides many useful methods to perform operation on sequence of character value. So what are the different thing? I have tried to list it out important thing. You can concatenate a string, means you can add something, right? Concatenate, right? Pre or post concatenate also, right? You can add something, multiple strings, str1 plus str2, suppose say plus 100. So it will be simply added, not be addition operation. It is a concatenation. You could see Java 100, right? You can put Java wall, change it, right? It will be Java wall and 100. In case you want to give any space, so how can you give it? So here you can give something called again. This is the way, space, and again concatenate. So here it will be one space will be there, right? Plus sign, and this is the space. Okay, now you could see there will be space will be coming. So that is the way you can concatenate, right? Using multiple Java string. That is the method available for concatenation. Okay, caret. In case you want to identify like which character some value is there, you can do it. So return the character located at specified index. Okay, it will start with Java 0. Here means it is 0th char, right? It is A is the first one, B is the second one, and A is the third one. So in case you want to get something called caret, so you can get the variable here dot caret. You could see give the index. So in case I want to print V, so you can give the index called 2. So means third character index is 2, 0, 1 and 2. You could see it is printing the V. So that is the way you can use caret. Compare. In case you want to compare two string whether it's equal or not, you can use compare to. Okay, say str1 dot compare to. Compared to, right? And ignore case. Ignore case means it will just ignore the case. You already see the loop, right? Whatever I have used. And normal means it will not ignore the case sensitive also. So it will be having the details. It will show you the thing. But how the difference will come, I will let you know. It will be coming from the ASCII table. In Java there is a ASCII table available. You could see there is minus 13 because J and W difference is 13. But J is coming fast, so value is less and W value is there. J, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W. There's 13 digit difference, but J is coming fast and W is second because both are less case sensitive. But if you give it here W lower case, automatically you could see the difference will be coming more. So there's ASCII tables available. Simply type ASCII table. You could see minus 45 is coming. So here if you go here and if you just type it Java ASCII table, right? You could see for every word, right? There will be some value. Okay. So you could see for every word there will be some value. Suppose what is my J, capital J? What is the value available for capital J? 74. Okay. That is the value, ASCII value. And for lowercase w, what is the value? Okay, 74 I think, right? 74. For lowercase w, you could see value will be different, and uppercase w will be very different. You could see 159. So what is the difference? 109. Difference is like 45, but you minus sign because that is the minus one. That is the way you can get to know like your thing is working fine or not. In case you are giving it here also, suppose say lowercase w, so it is 129, and suppose say here you are giving simply J, so it will be positive sign now because 119 minus 74, it will be positive sign 45. Okay, So that is the way it will behave. Okay, that is the way you can compare to or compare without ignored case also. Equal ignored case, in case you want to check whether like ignoring equal to ignoring case, you can also check it. So suppose say here if you give suppose simply Java, right, both are not same, right, because ignoring case. Okay. So s1 dot equals, I think s1 dot, not this one, str1 dot equal, you could see equals normal and equal ignored case. Equal ignored case, if you give str2 it will be map, it will be true, because whatever case is there it is not matching, it is simply matching the other content, so it will be giving you true. But in case you are normally checking equal, it will be false. So that is the way you are check equal or equal ignored. You can check the length, right, it is starting with 0th character, but length will be 1 2 3 4, so it will be giving you the length called 4. Okay, so so what is the length you want to get, str1 dot length. You could see length is coming from the string class. What is the return type? Return type is integer, so it will be letting you know that 4 5 whatever length is there. Now space will also consider as a length. Okay, in case you are giving some space, it will also consider as a length. So it will be 6 length now, because I have given 2 space. You could see change, because space is also a character. Replace, in case you want to replace something a to e, like all this stuff you can do it. So what you can do is so you can give str dot replace. You could see what sequence character, what rejects, what old character you can replace it with new. Right, in case you want to replace, so you single character means within the single code. So say Java a I want to replace with what is new I want to replace. It's to say oh, so it will be Jovo, like, because a I want to replace with O. But in case it's a sequence of characters, so you can give double quote, right? Phrase. How are you? I want to change how was you, right? How is you, like that. So you can use, instead of R you can change it to is. So it will be double quote, because you are changing sequence of character. You could see now it is Jovo. So that is the way you can do it, replace part. Okay. In case you are having some sort of multiple like trace, yeah, spaces, white space available, but I want to just ignore the leading spaces of the thing one, right? So now if you want to simply print out, right, simply str1, okay, you could see what it will be printed out. Okay, it will print out it will print out the spaces as well, but I don't want to consider the space. Then there is a method available called trim, so that it will ignore the spaces. You could see now here spaces is there at the leading and at the trailing also, trailing space, right? And now if you just simply trim it, so that only those white spaces will be trimmed, means removed. Only the word will come, excluding the spaces, not at the middle, but only the leading and trailing spaces. Okay, that is the way you can use trim. Uppercase, lowercase, you can do it. If you want to convert anything to uppercase or lowercase, you can simply use them, like here dot to upper case or to lowercase, right, to lowercase. Similarly you can change it to uppercase, dot to upper, so that it will change it to uppercase. It is coming from the string class only. You could see all lowercase and all uppercase, but space will not be changed normally. Contents, in case some of the phrase is there, right, you can check whether its content is there. Suppose say I am changing it like hello Java world. It can be a lot of phrases as well, right? Then you want to check whether it's having containing okay, somewhat dot contents. right? You can check something called say Java, wherever it is present at the top, bottom, right, starting, ending, on middle. It will give you true in case it is matching with Java. Exactly, you could see contents Java, right? You could see here true. But if you check with Java 1, so it will be giving you false because Java 1 there is no match. So that is the way, right? In case you are having a book or control F in Excel, right? In case you used to control F, it is giving you result or not, right? That is the way you can check something is available like Java or Java 1. Then you can check whether it is empty or not, right? In case you are declaring as a null, so it will be empty. You can check with similar way start with, end with, right? Just like is prefix part and suffix part, okay, and substring part. Suppose say here I have a string and I want to write break down the string into couple of string, right? What I can do it out. So I can use so say str1 dot substring, and here you could see something coming begin index and end index. You can give it so that like mediator part will be printed as substring, and you can use that substring stored in some variable, and you can use it anywhere. In case you are giving the simply beginner part, automatically like from the starting point everything will be considered substring. So I can give as a suppose say 10. So from 10 word onward, right, it will be remaining thing will be considered substring. But in case you are giving the beginning and ending, so that mediator portion will be considered substring. So here 10 onward it will be substring. Okay, now if we go above, we could see wall space and wall. So it is 10th one, right? The age 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. This part is missing. And after that this space is started and wall is there. In case you are giving is 11 or 12, right? So what will happen? Substring only ORLD will be coming because 11 1 will be missing. Okay, you could see ORLD, right? That is the way you can get the substring. But if you give the something of starting and ending point, right, mediator part will be coming as substring, like mediator part. So you can give the start and end point, both the thing. Now you could see LLO jab, that part is coming. This two part is getting ignored and then is coming 2 to 8. That is the way. There are a lot of important string methods available in Java. You can deal with them. Okay, I will take one more topic, then I will take for a questions, guys. Then array is Java. What is array in Java? Array is a collection of similar type of element which have contiguous memory location. An array is a very common type of data structure wherein all element must be of the same data type. Once defined, the size of an array is fixed and cannot increase to accommodate more element. Index will start from 0 to n minus 1. So that is the drawback of array. Suppose say, in case you want to hold, right, similar data, multiple data, then you cannot deal with the string. It will string only hold only one data. Integer only hold one data. But I want to store the student information like student name. Like I can give n number of name, like 5 name, 6 name, 10 name. I can give roll number also. That I can have. But the problem is that, right, you need to define some size and it will only take the similar data type, right? You cannot hold the multiple data type. Only it can integer or string or like double or float like that. So the problem is that once you define the size, you cannot add more value. Suppose you have defined the student is like 5 student. Okay. So I can have maximum 5 students. But suppose say I have my 5 students initially, but after that 2 students left. So now my student will be 3. But its size is 5. Then what will happen? So for the remaining 2 students, it will be having the default value of the data type. In case it is a integer, it will be taken 0. In case it is string, it will be taken null. But in case the 5 size is there, in case you are having same student, you cannot add more than 5. That is the drawback. To handle this, JCF or Java collection framework will come into the picture. So using Java collection framework, you no need to define the size of the array. Automatically, it will take the size based on the runtime. Okay. So we can store only the fixed size of element in the array. It does not grow its structure in runtime. To solve this problem, collection framework is used in Java, which grows automatically. There are two type of arrays: single dimensional and multi-dimensional. Right? There are two ways also to define the array. First, you can declare the array, you can construct the array, you can initialize the array. Another way, you can define everything at the same time. So I will show you two type of array in the two way. One is called string, one is with integer. So I will let you know. First, let's construct some array. Say one, that's just two way. First I will declare the array string. Say what is the array is add, right? And it is one dimensional. That is the dimension I have given, one dimension. Okay, that is the first step, declaring the array. Then constructing the array. How many element I want to write, gave it. So what is the thing, array name? That is my array here, name string array equal to new string array and the size, right? Whatever I want to give, point say 3. So it will hold 3 element 0 1 2 because size is 2. Now I can define the element, so 0, right? This is the first element, say Rajesh, student name, what error coming, okay, it will not the array name, it will be data type string. Okay, sorry. Then I can give other variable, say 1 Rakesh. Now third one I did not given. Now I want to print out, right? So it will take the default value. That's the problem. So in case you have defined it, but in case you want to access all the variable you did not define, so it will take the default value based on the data type. Now let's see. So it will print me Rakesh, Rajesh, and the default one will be null here because based on the data type it is string. Now in case you are having the element, right, you can add it simply, no problem here, right? Ramesh. Now if you want to define more value here, say Sanjeev, okay, that is fine, not be a problem. Okay, because this is called runtime error. During compilation time you are saving the code, it will not be throwing the error because it will not able to understand, right? Because the syntax wise there is no error. But now if you want to access the fourth element, which is the 3 index, third index, it will throw the error. Why? Because your size is 3, but you are defining something called fourth element, so definitely it will not support it and it will throw the error here, index out of bound, something like that. You could see index out of bound exception, index 3 for bound but length is 3, but you are defining something called 4. Now if you just change it to 4, now it will work. So that is the limitation of the array, which can be solved using the collection framework. You can slowly get to know. Okay, now it is fine. So that is the one dimensional array and string data type. Now I will show you these 3 steps we have followed. One is like declaring the array, one is constructing the array, one is initializing the array. Now I will simply in a single shot, right, I will try to construct 2-dimensional array, maybe integer data type. Okay, so let's comment it out. So maybe like 2 row and 3 column, like 2 cross 3 matrix you already seen. So I will be doing integer, then 2-dimensional, and array name I can give it like int r, okay, caps equal to, so this is the bracket you need to give, and 2-dimensional, say I can give 1 2 1 3. This is my row. Again I can give, and then 4 5 6. So how it will look like, and end. So if you open an Excel, okay, so that is the way it will look like. Okay, so first 2 3, that is the value, that is the row, and then 4 5 and 6. That is called 2 cross 3 matrix. Row is 2 but column is 3. So row value is 0 to 1, 2 row 0 to 1, column value is 3 0 to 2. That is the way you can just access the value. So now if you want to access those variable, right, what you can do, right, you need to give the array name and then dimension, and here you can give the row. First one will be a row. So what is the row? Right, row 0 and 1. So I can get, right, I want to access this field. So row will be 1 and column will be also 1, this field. So here I can give row 1, column 1. So it will be print me the 5 value. Now I want to access the first row second column value, you could see. So what I can do, I can also multiply something, right? I can get some value here. So I want to get 3, and I want to multiply 3 by 5 because I want to get 15. So it is available in the first row and second column. So I need to give it first row and second column. That is the way also you can do operation. Sorry, this 3 is first row and second column. It will be 2. So it will be giving me 15. 3 into 5. So that is the way this part will help you, right, to down the line to get lot of things. Okay, so that is the way you can define a single step, or you can define in a multiple step, like declaring, constructing, and sort initializing. Sometimes you can sort it out also the array. Okay, and in the collection framework you can get to know better, right, whatever challenges is there in the array. So you can able to resolve those part in the Java collection framework or JCF, which is where a lot of interfaces is there, lot of classes is there, like queue, list, set, all this stuff is there. Okay, lot of classes like array list, linked list, has set, has map, all this stuff, and where these challenges will be solved. That you no need to define the size based on the runtime. It will throw you. It will give you the right variable or container. You can store the value. Okay, any questions, guys? Because still 5 topics is pending, like for the Java part. The loop part. So, any questions we'll discuss before proceeding to the Java loops? Is it clear? Any doubt? Anyone? Any minor, major, smaller issue also? Are you getting some confidence today, guys, from the basic Java? Hello, anyone? Okay.
Yes.
I told, right, once Java is covered, then because everything will be from the scratch only. No knowledge is required, but I will let you know the everything from the scratch. So just practice it to gain the more and more confidence. That is the only stuff. Okay, so all the code also will be shared, and everything, most of the thing I've already written in my PPT as well. Just do the practice so that in case you are joining this 4 session, at least I am not saying that you can develop something, right? Develop some page, but whatever is really required to start your journey on the Selenium with Java automation, that part most will be covered. Okay.
Haradhan,
Yeah, Sumant.
yeah. So my question is like, as you are giving this string or this array input, you have deciding, right? With writing with the equals. So is there any option like user input? Am I audible?
Yeah.
User input.
Yeah, that kind of formula you can tweak it, right? That not be a problem here. So, but yeah, from the array you have to give the size, right? But otherwise it would not be a problem. But the collection, there are a lot of probability that you can change that thing. But here array, if you do not define the size, it will not work. That is the drawback. You have to define the size. So that drawback, so I mean, will be solved using the Java collection where you no need to define the size at all. Just you need to add the variable value. Okay, say maybe 5, so it will automatically give this count size is 5. In case you are adding 10, it will automatically give the size is 10. That is the way it will work to handle this problem. But here without size it will never work. It will throw you there. So let's try. Let's remove it. So in case you are not giving anything, right? So here you already defined the size also, right? This is the size because 2 cos 3 matrix. So that is the way I have given. But suppose in case you are giving, that is the way. It will not work. No, it will work because it is taking the default value as 0. Okay, so the first one will be taking the 0. But yeah, but it is also mentioned like 2 cos 3 matrix. That is the way you are defining the size automatically as you are adding the element, and you have already given, right, the row and column, 2 cos matrix. But here, in case you are not defining the size, right, in 3-step process it will never work. But here it is only 1-step process you are doing it, so that is the way you can do it. But that is the size you are defining, 2 cos 3 matrix, officially or unofficially. But without that it will not work. In case you are giving it blank whenever accessing, yeah, you could see that is the error, because you are not defining the column. Okay, so row is defined, so that is the way you can just do the other work. Any other questions, guys? Because the last topics will be taking some time. Loop part. Okay, we'll go that loop then. So in the last 2 sessions you already seen the loop, right? So why loop is required, and what is the basic example I can give? Okay, I given the example, right? Suppose say just try to first give the theoretical knowledge so that you can easily understand. So always this knowledge will help you, right? In case you forgot something, you can just try to remember the practical scenario. Then it will give you the more holistic picture. Say you are residing in a complex, okay, or maybe you are coming from a neighbor complex, and you want to invite everyone, right? Maybe 50% is there. So what is the rule? You'll be going maybe floor level. You can go from the top floor, right? You can go down to the ground floor. You can go start from the ground floor. You can go all the floor flat in the same floor, and same first, second, third floor, like that. So that is the way you can iterate everything, right? All the flat. The second thing is that suppose you want to meet with a particular person and you want to just invite them for the marriage of your son or daughter or something, family member. So you need to go again, right? That is the way. In case you do not know exactly which flat they reside, in case that is known, then there is no need. So there is no use of the loop. But in case you don't know, then you can use the loop. So you can go like that. Okay. Then that is the part. But there are multiple loops, for while, do while. I will let you know. And apart from that, there is a two concept, like to control the loop, which is called break and which is called continue keyword. So what is break? So I already told last day, right? In case you already suppose say in 20th position, right, you are able to meet that person and you already discussed and you are already invited. Is there any requirement to go to the other person? Because your requirement meet, you already meet that person, you invited him. So you want to break the loop immediately, so that you don't want to waste the time, right, for going to the other flat. So you want to terminate the loop, so you can use the break keyword to terminate that loop. And whenever continue will be required, suppose say in a single complex there is a 50 flat holder, you want to invite everyone, but so for a particular family you are having some issue. So what you can do, as and when that condition is matching, you will skip that flat, and remaining one you again want to continue. So that is the reason you can use continue. So that say 20 flat, some person ABCD is from here, you don't want to, right, invite him. Apart from that, you want to invite everyone. So you will skip that 20 flat, you will go till 19, you will skip 20, and you will again resume from 21 to end. So that is the importance of break and continue keyword in the loop. So there are 3 type of loops available: for loop, while loop, and do while loop. All 3 type of loop can be handled using the break and continue keyword. Apart from that, break keyword can be used in the Java switch statement. I will explain in the next step. So there may be situation when user need to execute a block of code several number of times. In general, statement are executed sequentially. The first statement is in a function is executed first, followed by second, and so on. Loop statements are used for repetitive execution. There are 3 type of loops in Java: for loop, while loop, and do while loop. The Java for loop is a control flow statement that iterates a part of the program multiple times. For loop repeats a block of statement for a specified number of times. If the number of iterations is fixed, it is recommended to use for loop. In case it is not fixed, it is recommended to use while or do while loop. Okay, so what is syntax? For start value, end value, and increment, decrement in the statement. So that is the thing you already noticed last day. right? So what is the syntax? I can use for. Then you need to give you start point. So integer, say I equal to 0, right? I less than, then condition, starting point, ending point, right? I less than, say 20, 10 means it will go till 19. If you give less equal to 10, it will give 10. I plus plus, right? And then statement so simply you can give like I. So that is the way you can do it for the for loop. Okay, so you could see like start value, do not go with that one, start with the syntax for start value, end value, increment, decrement, and then statement. Okay, you could see it is starting with 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, like that. Okay, then I will go with the other two loop. Before that I want to show you, in case say, okay, in case you want to go for that importance of the break and continue, that part I already covered what is break and continue. The loop control statement change execution from its normal sequence. When execution leaves a scope, or automatic object that are created in that scope will be destroyed. Java support break and continue control statement. When a break statement is encountered inside a loop, the loop is immediately terminated and program control resume at the next statement following the loop. The Java break is used to break loop or switch statement. It breaks the current flow of the program at specified execution. In case of inner loop, it breaks the inner loop. So continue keyword can be used for any of the loop control structure. It causes the loop to immediately jump to the next iteration of the loop. The purpose of writing continue statement in Java code is to skip the current iteration of loop, say for while or do while also including that. The continue statement break one iteration in the loop, its specified condition occurs, and continue with the next iteration in the loop. Okay, so let's see how we can control this particular loop using the break and continue keyword. So here I already started with that loop. Okay, so in case I don't want to match with some particular position, right, what I can do, suppose say I want to check something, then I want to print it out, right? If I can give it within that for loop, you can already seen, if I not equal to say 5, that part I don't want to print it out. That part you can also do it. That is the way, without break and continue. I not equal to, right? So that 5 will not be checked because I don't want to give that condition, check that condition. In case I not equal to 5, it will be. In case you want to give multiple condition also, then I want to check I 5 as well as 7. So those part I want to skip, so that those will be not be pictured here. Remaining thing will be there for the for loop. Okay, you could see 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 5, 7 not be there. But in case you want to break some loop, right, or continue some loop, so what you can do, if you can give some condition, if I equal to 7, right, then what I need to do, right, I want to break the loop. So what I'll be doing, if I equal to 5, simply here you can cut the line and you can paste it here, and you can use break, that mediator part, or you can give like I equal to 4, say. So what will happen, as and when my condition is matching with I equal to 4, immediately it will break the loop, means it will immediately complete the loop, so it will print only 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. We could see that is the beauty of the break, because my condition is matched in the fourth thing, so I don't want to waste my time to iterate the loop. And in case you are giving something called continue, so I already told, right, it will skip that condition. So 1, 0, 1, 2, 3 it will print, as in when condition is matching, it will simply skip that position, and then it will again continue from the remaining one. So again it will start from the I equal to 5, right, and 6, 7, 8, 9 till 10. So I equal to 4 will be skipped. So that is the way you can deal with the for loop. Then other two loop when you can use, in case your number of iterations sometimes is not fixed, you do not know, right? And you want to go with the condition something like that, you can use the while loop and do while loop. So while loop statement in Java programming language repeatedly executes a target statement as long as condition is true. So how can you do that? Initialization. You need to do first initialization. Okay. So what is initialization? Right. You need to give something called initialization. So I can go something like integer I. I can go the different way also, right? I equal to 20. So that is my initial value, right? Then you can give something called while. While. What thing you can mention? That I. So I am going from bottom to top. I want to check I getter equal to 10. So it is starting from 20, but I want to check till 10. Okay, then while. Then here you can print out the value of I. And here you can give it I minus minus because it is not the increment. So I minus minus. So that is the way you can go from the bottom to top for loop, while loop, or do while loop as well. You can see now. It will be 20, it will be starting, then it will be going till 10, right? You could see. But in case my condition is not matching, in case I am giving it 30, so my condition is not matching, so it will be giving a blank. So unless the condition is matching, your while loop will not be executed. So as and when condition is matching, it will give you the value, right? In case you are giving say 15, so it will be starting with 20, it will give 10, 20, 15, 20, 20, 19, 18, 17, 15 like that. So that is the concept of while loop. So it will first check the condition. In case condition is matching, then only it will work. It will not work the code, right? It will not act for the code until the condition is matching. But other is loop is available called do while loop. Okay, so do while loop is first check the condition, right? Not check the condition. First it will execute, do at least one times. After that it will check the condition. So sometimes your test case is getting fail, but still you want to close the driver at the end of the day. So you can use do while loop normally. But in case just suppose in case your test case is passing or failing, then only want to print the result, so you can use the while loop. In case your test case is not passing, so it will not taking the thing, right? It will not failing taking the script like that only. Do while loop, say it will execute at least one time, irrespective your condition is matching or not. That is the do while loop. So Java do while loop is used to iterate a part of the program several times. If the number of iteration is not fixed, an user must have to execute the loop at least once. It is recommended to use do while loop. It executes a block of statement at least one irrespective of the condition. That is the difference between while and do while loop. First, the statement inside the loop will execute, then the condition get evaluated. If the condition return true, then the control get transferred to the do, else it will jump to the next statement after do while. So what is the thing? Initialization, then do the statement, increment, decrement, and last you are giving the condition. So here you can just simply copy it, comment it out, that is the while part. Simply I will copy it, and this condition simply I want to check at the last. That's the difference. That is the only difference between the while and sorry. I need to give do while and while. Okay, you could see now it is working fine. But in case condition is not matching, still it will execute at least one times. Okay, you could see after one time execution, then it will check the condition, and next condition not matching, so it is not executed. That is the three concept of the loop. Apart from that, there is another loop called for each loop, which I will cover during that Java collection framework. So this is the primary for loop available, like for, while, do while, and then for each loop, which is only specific to your collection framework. That I will cover during that one. And you can control the loop using the break and continue keyword. I will just go through once more time, then you can, having any questions, we will take that up. Right, the Java started in 1995. Initially part of the Sun ecosystem. Now it's a part of the Oracle subsidiary. There are a lot of features: simple, object-oriented, portable, secure, platform-independent, high performance, architecture neutral, robust, interpreted, multi-threaded, which makes like Java more popular in the market. Still lot of challenging programming came like Python she has, but other language also like Groovy, other part. But still Java is like dominating the market. Okay, so Java JVM is Java Virtual Machine abstract. Java runtime is nothing but the combination of JVM plus set of libraries, and JDK is nothing but a combination of JVM set of libraries and the Java development tools, right? Syntax rules case sensitive, like Java thing will start end with a semicolon, right? Java programming will start from the main method, code should be enclosed with bracket, right? Public is access modifier, static is non-access modifier, what is return type, main is the method name for main method, and SOS method system in the class. Out is the instance of print stream type, which is the public and static member of the system class. Printed is the method, and the other part is the message which will be printed in the console. So first you need to launch the Eclipse, you need to create a project, package, class, and then you can write the code and you can execute it. You can get the desired output at the console. Comment, like sometime in case you want to make something, right, so give some comment, some information, and you need to just disable, then from the execution you can give comment, single line, multiple line comment is possible. Like data type is nothing but the classification of the type of data that are variable or object can hold in computer. Primitive and non-primitive data type is available in primitive, integer, relational, character, conditional, and non-primitive is like class, object, interface, string, array. Lot of things already covered today. Interface will be covered in the upcoming session. The DevOps concept. Variable is nothing but the container, right, where you can hold the values which will be executed through Java program. It's case sensitive. You cannot use the reserve keyword. It should be unique in the throughout the declaration, right? A value change something stored, you can change the value multiple times. Let us where it should take during execution. There are T type of variables like local, instance, and class variable. Local variable only you can use inside that particular method or the block of code. Instance variable you can write, declare it, but you need to create an object for instance first before using it. And static variable you can automatically you can use throughout the class anywhere without any instance or object created. There are a lot of operators like arithmetic, relational, assignment, logical, but you can use in Java. Object and classes. Object is like is the real-time entity, whereas the class is the logical entity only. Similar kind of object will form a class, right? So object is an element of an application representing an instance of the class, right? Once the class is created, right, you can create multiple objects for instance of that class. String is nothing but a sequence of the characters, right, written in the double quote. It can have alphabet, numeric, and special character also, right? There are a lot of methods available in the string which you can use it, right, to differentiate two string, to check some certain condition, right, to do lowercase, uppercase to get the length, right, to replace, to like remove the white or leading or trailing spaces. You can check the condition, check is empty, like start with, end with, all this stuff. You can get a substring as well. Array is a collection of similar type of element which have been continuous memory allocation. Single multi-dimensional array is there, but the problem is that once you define the size of the array, you cannot change the size. You cannot like add or remove the data. That will be a problem. Like loop is nothing. In case you want to iterate something, right, you can go with the loop, and there are four. In case your condition is fixed, then you can go with the for loop. In case your condition is not fixed, you can go with the while and do while loop. So while loop will first check the condition, after that will execute, but do while loop will execute at least one time before checking the condition. And you can control this two loop with help of the break and continue keyword. Break means as and when the condition is matching, immediately to terminate the loop, and continue means it will simply, as and when condition is matching, it will simply skip that condition and again it will start from the next iteration. That is the way, right? These are the thing. It will be very important in Java. So that's all guys from today's session. Thank you.